Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala 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 Shiva,
When I was in search of the purpose of my life, someone gave me the book written by Dr. Paul Brunton, A Search in Secret India. Then I read A Search in Secret Egypt. Then I read The Message from Arunachal. Then I read Who Am I? And I was showered with the blessings of Maharshi Bhagwan Sri Raman, and I got the purpose. I know why I have come on this earth and what is my purpose. And now I am at the age of 71. I feel the blessings of Maharshi Raman Bhagwan, and I am very happily say his blessings are always with me. Thank you.
In the year 1942, as a 6-year-old, I had no mind. Bhagavan drew me to Tiruvannamalai. My biological father took me. Bhagavan's Karuna Kataksha took the toll. The very first moment, Bhagavan's all-embracing, loving smile overpowered. A tremendous attraction, distraction, fascination, then an unfathomable joy. Found a smiling grandfather. I missed having grandparents. This cherished smile of Bhagavan has been there always. On another visit in 1943, while having lunch, sitting directly opposite to Bhagavan in the dining hall, I started staring at him sheepishly while a ripe golden yellow mango, Rumani fruit, was served to him. Bhagavan, with a gleam on his face, handed over the fruit to me. What a spellbound ecstasy! That suffices. The seed of this fruit stays on for years. The fruit, sweet flesh, enjoyed, eaten, assimilated. Quoting Aksharamanamala verse 23, "Sweet fruit within my hands, let me be mad with ecstasy, drunk with the bliss of thy essence, O Arunachala." He disciplines the innocent, ignorant seeker. Sheer, humble, spontaneous, hearty surrender happen, no sankalpa. The inertia with emotions is unlikely to life and existence. Bhagavan's tender care has been ever since. Between the two external and internal factors, the psychic homeostasis of human system derails. The mercy and grace of Bhagavan energizes the fate and free will. The strife of doership is beyond. The pleasure and attachment sway the center of spiritual energy. With Bhagavan's watchful care, his soliloquy, his Karuna Kataksha, He robs the mind, the intellect, the three gunas, time, space, form, manolaya, manonasha. The language to dive within is ablaze. Om Namo Ramanaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
The great blessing that I was drawn to Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi's teachings about 2.5 decades ago. The very thought of Bhagavan, his benign and graceful countenance, has helped me manage the many uncertainties of life, the travails that everyone goes through at different points in their life. His teachings of going to the inner path, finding out who you are, and surrendering everything to his great power has many times reduced the intensity of tension and feeling of helplessness that overcomes many of us at different points of time. And I do believe that this blessing of his will help me lead the balance of my life with confidence and utter faith in him.
My most humble pranams at the lotus feet of Sri Ramana. It was will of the providence that immediately on my appointment as Judge of the Madras High Court in 1994, I should be transferred to Delhi High Court. I had the luck of visiting the holy place Sri Ramana Kendra since then. Within a few days in 1995, I had the good fortune of receiving the first copy of Direct Path from the great hands of late R. Venkatraman, who was the President of India when it was released. I used to attend the pujas and satsang on Sundays evenings with my family. With the help and guidance of Sri Krishna Mama, who was a secretary for a long time, and Mr. Bhatyani's sincere devotee, who is now Vice President, could do substantial renovation work, making a beautiful auditorium and a spacious library, where all the available books are scientifically arranged. As a judge, I am conducting arbitration proceedings in the library hall without prejudice to its users. Mostly North Indian advocates and the parties following different faiths who attend the hearings express the view that the moment they enter the premises, they feel immense peace and divine vibrations and elevating their beings. One thing I have been noticing is that arbitration proceedings conducted in Ramana Kendra are completed within record time without any hitch, and awards are implemented with the satisfaction of both the parties. I pray Bhagavan to continue to bless citizens of this country and the peoples of the world so that all human beings can have a free of life with the dignity and honor. I deem it a great boon conferred on me by Bhagavan in this Janma to have been associated with a small measure with such a divine mission established by him. Om Sri Ramanaya Namaha.
नमो रमणा। मैं दिल्ली में आया था मेरा ग्रेजुएट ख़त्म करने के बाद, तो मैं 96 अगस्त में मैं यहाँ पर आया था। बोले थे यहाँ पर आपका एक जॉब आप देख सकते हैं। मैं बोला था ठीक है सर, मैं देख सकता हूँ। अभी मैं यहाँ पर ऐसे ही इतना खड़ा होकर यहाँ पर बात कर रहा हूँ। एक लाइफ में एक अचीवमेंट भी करके, ये सारा कितना भी अचीवमेंट है वो भगवान के कृपा से हुआ है। तो भगवान को मैं ज़िंदगी भर क्या कितना जन्म भी लेता हूँ भूल नहीं सकता।
नमो रमना जी। मैं यहाँ पर आता हूँ, इलेक्ट्रिशियन का काम करता हूँ, और तो यहाँ पर मेरे को बहुत अच्छा लगता है आके, क्योंकि मैं प्रे भी करता हूँ। पहले नहीं करता था, तो प्रे करता हूँ तो मेरे को दिल को बहुत अच्छा सा लगता है। यानी दिल में भगवान जैसे लगता है कि यहाँ पर संतुष्टि मिलती है मेरे को।
Ramana Kendra Delhi is a very beautiful and peaceful place. With the blessing of Ramana Maharshi, I got here peace, happiness, knowledge, prosperity, health and wealth also. And I like the books of the Ramana Maharshi also, especially the books Who Am I, Talks, Letters, and A Search in Secret India are very knowledgeable and true to God. And even if the smallest book of Updesha Saram, in which Bhagavan given 30 stanzas, very beautiful. I will recite the first 3 stanzas of the Updesha Saram. Kartura gaya prapte phalam karam kim param karam tajjadam kiti modedo patan karanam phalam shashvatam gati nirodhakam ishwarapitam nechyakitam chitta shodhakam re mukti sadhakam. Number Ramana to each and everybody. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om.
नमो रमना। यहाँ मैं 8 साल से आता हूँ सर।
इन्हीं पौधों की देखभाल करता हूँ, इन पौधों की। अब लोग आते हैं, बोलते हैं कि बहुत अच्छा लगता है। सर भगवान की कृपा है कि इनको सबकी देखभाल मैं अच्छी तरह से कर पाता हूँ। सब लोग वो अच्छा बोलते हैं तो मुझे भी अच्छा लगता है।
मैं आया था, शुरू से आया, मंदिर आया था, रमना केंद्र में आया था। वो बच्चा छोटा छोटा 1 साल 3 साल में बच्चा लेके आया था। वो आने के बाद तो ठीक है, भगवान के पास आया था। खाना नहीं होता ही नहीं, 2 रोटी भी नहीं है, इसलिए आया था। उसको 2 रोटी दिया, भगवान दिया, बच्चा भी बाल करा, पढ़ाई भी करा। अभी आ गया, खाना 2 रोटी खाने के लिए जगह भी दिया वो मेरे विशेष। भगवान का ऐसे कोई भी आ जाओ अच्छा रह जाएगा, उसको मानना चाहिए पक्का दिल से।
An informal and casual meeting in Delhi in 1960 between 3 friends to share their experiences with Bhagwan Sri Raman Maharishi set the ball rolling and started the process for setting up Raman Kendra in Delhi. A small complex comprising the shrine, a small kitchen, couple of rooms and a workable office were inaugurated in 1974 by the former Vice President Sri B.D. Jatti. By 1977, a library and a small auditorium were built on the first floor, and they were inaugurated by His Holiness Sri Shankaracharya of Sringeri Mutt. It is very interesting to note that the funds for construction of both of these phases were raised by musical and dance performances by eminent artists such as M.S. Subbalakshmi, Lata Mangeshkar, and Yamini Krishnamurti. Raman Kendra Delhi has been blessed with eminent leadership. 3 founding pillars of the Kendra, Sri Mahalingam, Sri K.C. Subbiah, and Sri C.G. Balasubramaniam were the founding pillars. Professor K. Swaminathan was the driving force, and Sri Jhabwala led to the ultimate design and creation of Raman Kendra as we see it right now. Our lineage of presidents includes illustrious names such as former President R. Venkatraman, former Prime Minister Morarji Desai, former Governor T.N. Chaturvedi, and our current President Justice Ramamurthy, who has been with us since 2007. Our regular activities at the Kendra include daily puja being performed at the shrine at 8 o'clock in the morning, Sunday satsangs currently being held online through Zoom and YouTube on a fortnightly basis, and all other important occasions such as Maharshi's Jayanti, Kartikai Deepam, Advent Day, Mahashivratri, and others. Our satsangs follow a structured routine of Ganesh Puja, Kalash Puja, Pran Pratishtha Puja, followed by an hour-long talk by the speaker with Q&A, and then devotional songs ending with Akshar Manamalai. As part of overall service to the society, Raman Kendra Delhi is involved in giving books, uniforms, and other stationery to the underprivileged children. Kendra has evolved into an active education center. Classes on Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Sutra, Upanishads, and other Vedantic texts are conducted regularly in the Kendra by Swami Prabhudanand Saraswati, and classes on recitation of Vedas and devotional music are also held regularly. Kendra publishes a quarterly spiritual magazine, Direct Path, now in its 20th year of publication. It consists of articles contributed by devotees on Bhagwan's philosophy, and it is widely circulated amongst over 1500 devotees electronically, with a copy being uploaded on the website as well. Kendra's library has nearly 7,000 books across the topics of religion, philosophy, metaphysics, and others. Library is open on all days, and books can be borrowed by members. Reading room offers facilities for silent and peaceful reading and study. Raman Kendra Delhi has been focused towards spreading Bhagwan's words, and as part of that effort, our bookstall holds number of books in different languages across Tamil, English, Hindi, Telugu, and Gujarati. We have over 150 titles which we are very happy to send either through courier or people are welcome to come over and buy these books themselves. Ramana Kendra Delhi has also started establishing its presence in the digital world. We have a well-functioning website where devotees can get information on Bhagwan's teachings, up-to-date information on Kendra's activities, or download copies of Direct Path and also make online donations. In the space of social media, we have our own YouTube channel where we live telecast and also upload all the Sunday satsangs. We have a very active Facebook page and a recently started Twitter handle, which is used to share Bhagwan's teachings. Moving in tandem with times, Ramana Kendra has its digital payment infrastructure in place, where devotees from anywhere around the world can donate through our website, ramankendradelhi.in. In spite of being in the middle of hustle and bustle of Delhi, Ramana Kendra offers an oasis of peace, tranquility, and grace, especially to those people who are not able to visit the ashram on a regular basis.
அருளார் சுந்தரமைய பெற்ற அழகர் பாதம் வாழ்கவே ரமண பாதம் வாழ்கவே என்னோர் கருத்து மனம் அடக்கல் போன் பாத வாழ்கவே உன்னை காணவோ நூலே நின்று உரைப்போன் பாதம் வாழ்கவே சத்குருவே கடவுளே ரமண குருபரனே அத்தனே அழகனே என்னுள்ள துறை வரதனே நில் பாதம் வாழ்கவே வாழ்கவே. Namaste, Namo Ramana. I have been staying in Delhi since my childhood, near the area where the Kendra is situated. In 80s, I happened to visit the Kendra to attend a music program, and from then on, Ramana has been my inspiration. About 10 or 12 years ago, a devotee, Shashi Balasubramaniam, had approached me with the lyrics of the Pancharatnams on Ramana, tuned by Mrs. Sulochana Natarajan. I learnt it, taught it to my students, and on April 14th we performed. And since then, every year I have been singing the glory of Ramana. I have also been attending regularly the Sunday satsangs. 2 years ago, when I lost my husband, Ramana was helping me to withstand the loss. His teachings have guided me for whatever I have been doing in my life. And I am very, very, very thankful to Ramana for blessing me and guiding me. Karturanyaya prapyate phalam. I have understood the meaning of this verse.
My experience of the attraction and influence of Bhagavan is no doubt much the same as anyone else's. The details of our stories may vary, but essentially they are the same. Having been blessed to be attracted to him and his teachings, we all know the extraordinary and life-changing power of his attraction. We also know the profound impact he has had on our inner life, slowly but steadily transforming our entire outlook on life and gradually making us willing to surrender ourselves to him. To the extent that we have gone deep in understanding and putting his teachings into practice, he will have suffused our life with his presence, his love, and his clarity, making us inwardly more and more peaceful and contented, no matter what difficulties may come and go in our outward life. We all face difficulties and problems of various kinds at different points in our life, but no matter how great our difficulties may be, he gives us the strength to face them with at least a certain degree of equanimity, enabling us to recognize and joyfully accept that they are all given to us by his grace for our spiritual benefit. When we think of his grace and how it has taken over our life, words fail us. All we can do is continue trying our feeble best to yield ourselves to him, knowing that he will certainly save us in spite of all our many shortcomings and failings. This ego and its army of Vishaya Vasanas may still be very strong, but they can never be a match for the supreme power of his grace. So in the end, his grace alone will shine victorious.
Of course, I had to have Arunachala with me in my room in Delhi. So the grill of my window has Arunachala as part of the design. And when I'm facing the mountain, then I'm back in Tiruvannamalai in the meditation room, and behind me is Bhagwan Samadhi, and beyond that the mother's shrine with the Sri Chakra, glowing Sri Chakra. So we're three, there's me, there's Bhagwan and the mother, and when the mountain beckons, Bhagwan and the mother are pushing from behind, and the mountain is saying, "Come quickly, come quickly."
Namo Ramana. Almost 65 years ago, my father, Dr. Bhatyani, on a professional visit, noticed the book A Search in Sacred India lying unread and unattended on patient's bedside, who gave him this book to read. Well, reading was followed by a strong calling of a visit to Ramanashram with my mother. That not only changed his life, spiritual concepts, devotion, but his next 3 generations have been soaked and absorbed in Ramana's immense love till today. For more than 35 years, our entire Bhatyani family eagerly look forward and love to visit the Ramanashram every year with a childlike excitement. Above all, Bhagwan's grace and teachings have influenced all of us in a subtle way in our day-to-day life. May his grace be always with us. Namo Ramana.
मैं यहाँ 1995 से आ रहा हूँ। सबसे पहले मुझे भगवान के बारे में मालूम चला एक स्वामी जी से, वो भगवान के साथ रहे थे। तो तब फिर मैंने एक किताब पढ़ी थी, ऑटोबायोग्राफी ऑफ योगी योगानंद परमन जी की। तब मैं आने लगा हूँ यहाँ पर, और यहाँ आके बड़ा अच्छा लगता है। एक भगवान की टीचिंग बहुत हाईएस्ट है, अल्टीमेट है कि हूँ एम आई। और जब आप जब देखोगे, जब करोगे अपने अंदर, तो आपके अंदर पीस ऑफ माइंड आ जाएगा और आपको मालूम चल जाएगा कि संसार और तुम्हारे अंदर क्या अंतर है। गैप आ जाएगा। जब आपके अंदर गैप आ जाएगा तो आपके अंदर पीस आ जाएगी।
When I had the privilege of visiting this Kendra,
I came with Mr. Krishnan sir, and he was prostrating before Bhagwan. And once Mr. Krishnan got up, and I said that I should also prostrate before Bhagwan. Then I happened to just see him on face to face, and something went inside me, as if Bhagwan was going inside me, and he was telling me, Narayan, can't you recognize me? I am Ramana, and you are inside me, and I am inside, deep inside you. You please say yes and join this organization and do seva for me. And that was the turning point for my life. And there's a total peace prevailing in this entire area.
I got associated with Delhi Ramana Kendra in 2003, and this was after my first visit to Ramanashram. The early years were years of consolidation at the Kendra. We were consolidating finances, accounting systems, admin, investments, and we did have weekly satsangs, but these were rather simple, with 7 or 8 people gathered around a single speaker, and among them the distinguished speakers were Nochur Venkatraman, Sri V. Ganeshan, and I remember them sitting on the floor of the shrine hall, and we gathered around them. It was almost like the days of the Upanishads. The last phase has been one of great modernization, where we have modernized accounting systems, digital transfer bank systems. We have got WhatsApp groups going. We have resource planning, and we also have these online satsangs now, which bring in speakers from all over the world to inspire us with their illumined messages. I really feel very grateful to be part of this global network, especially on Jayanti, because it connects us both out of our love for Bhagwan and for his teachings. Namo Ramana.
I was already in my late 60s, and the 21st century had just dawned when I first came to know of Bhagwan through my boss, who had just taken over. A very senior bureaucrat, he turned out to be pleasantly spiritual too, and our meetings became satsangs, igniting within me a desire to know more and more of Bhagwan's relevance and importance. Through him, I came to know about Ramana Kendra, and my wife and I eventually landed there. It was a Sunday evening, the weekly satsang had just ended. The atmosphere was serene and divine, and it felt like heaven on earth. One thing led to the other, and in a couple of years' time, I found myself closely associated with the management of the Kendra over the next decade. It was very testing and challenging in the early stages, but the presence of two stalwarts, Sri K.C. Subbiah and Sri V. Mahalingam, who were associated with the Kendra right from the inception, was a great source of strength and inspiration. The days I spent in the Kendra are still cherished.
Ramana, 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 Tiruchudi Ramana.